Hey, I'm Spencer, and today we're going to be looking at some of the key terms that you need to understand when it comes to setting up your diet correctly. So firstly, we're looking at your basal metabolic rate, or your BMR as it can be called. Okay, your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories that you need to support your body and all of its functions if you were just lying down. So say for instance, if you just sat down, lay down and watched Netflix all day, did nothing else, this is just how many calories you need just to support that. Not with any exercise, not with any work, nothing else, just so that your body can just be and not change. So the next place we're going to look is what we call your maintenance calories. Now, maintenance calories is not your basal metabolic rate, but the two are often confused. And how they're different is your basal metabolic rate does not account for calories you need to support exercise and your non-exercise. Okay, so say for instance, if we're going to go training today, but we're also going to walk the dog, we also walk to work, we need to establish a number of calories that is going to support all of those things in a way that your body will stay exactly the same. So it's not going to change too much at all. Your body weight's not going to go up or down. We need to know that number. Now, it seems like a strange thing to try and work out. Why would you want to know the number by which your body stays exactly the same? Well, the key thing is, and this is a really important factor, is if we know what that number is to a degree of accuracy, then we can start to establish how many calories you need to either drop body weight or to increase it. So the next place we're going to look is your surplus calories. So surplus calories are what you will need if you want to gain body weight. So typically speaking, we'll look to establish a maintenance where your body is staying exactly the same, and then we'll look to add some calories on top of that, usually in the form of carbohydrates and fats if we're looking to push your body weight up. Regardless of whether you're going to move your body weight up or down, typically you're going to need the same amount of protein each day to maintain your muscle mass. And from there, we're going to move your calories up and down by manipulating how much carbs and fat you have. So if you're looking to gain some muscle mass, typically speaking, a conservative gain is going to be 300 calories. Normal is going to be about 500 calories on top of your maintenance. And maybe if you're going to be a bit more aggressive, you're training quite hard, you might push it further up to sort of 750 or maybe even 1,000 calories for those people who don't gain fat mass quite easily. But make sure that if you are looking to gain muscle mass, we can't be too careful and looking to sort of scrimp back. We do actually need to make sure you're eating more food. And the final point we're going to talk about today is a calorie deficit. Now, this is one you hear a lot. There's a lot of debate in the nutrition world about a lot of people who think that you can achieve fat loss without a deficit. My view, and the view of many in the science community, is that you absolutely do need a calorie deficit in order to drop body fat. So what we need to do to achieve that is firstly to work out your maintenance calories and then to drop. And similar to the calorie surplus that we've already explained, a conservative drop is going to be around 300 calories. Normal is about 500 calories daily below your maintenance, and then you can have a much more aggressive drop of around 1,000 calories. Now, something to note here is that if you have a lot more weight to lose and you're carrying a lot more body fat, your metabolism works quite differently to somebody who's quite lean. So somebody who's quite lean being a long way, maybe 750 or 1,000 calories below their maintenance can be very difficult. And also, they're going to get very hungry at that level. Now, somebody who's carrying a lot of body fat has a slightly different metabolism. They have an enzyme called CD36, which makes it more easy for them to get hold of fuel from their fat cells. So actually, the bigger you are, the more you can achieve more of a deficit. And typically speaking, if we're working with somebody for a fat loss goal, it can be an advantage to showing a more progressive, more aggressive drop in the early stages, so that can get that buy-in from you. You can start to see the progress in your body, and then we can look to level it out to something that's more comfortable from there. So if you're considering setting up a diet and you'd like some help, or you'd like to add some personal training to that, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach us by any of the links attached, or you can email us at info@storm-fitness.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks.